side?
No, never.
Okay, and I'm sorry to even raise this, but I mean, I really feel the danger level here.
No, I understand. I understand where you're coming from, especially with the case of the DC madam and some of these other cases. So I know where you're coming from. Well,
you know what though? You're so public now that it's just wow.
Right, but the question is, how is the prosecution plan on handling this? Obviously, I present a huge problem to them. So, I think that's a legitimate question I have.
Well, take the anthrax attack. They tried to frame 3 patsies. Didn't work. So the 4th guy they grabbed, they took to a government psychiatric facility. He ODs on prescription Tylenol while he's in straitjacket. And now it's come out that he was completely innocent, and world authorities are coming out saying it's totally fake. So, I mean, that's what I'm talking about with the feds, man. They do these botched things, like launching the anthrax attack, First World Trade Center attack, all of it, and then they go to any end to get their patsy nailed. But now you've got Fast and Furious. The difference is 10 years ago, they still had some credibility. They have no credibility with people, Kurt.
Well, no credibility with people that are paying attention. Yeah. A great deal of the population of the United States doesn't pay any attention. So, they still have some credibility with those that just put their head in the sand.
God almighty. Folks, I don't know if Kurt even wants me to do this, but Kurt, would you be happy for folks out there to pray for you?
Oh, sure, Alex.
Well, I found it really, it does good. And also write about you. Give us your blog, because I think the safest thing here is to get you as much attention as possible. Give your blog out for folks.
Sure. HaskellFamily.blogspot.com.
All right, Kurt, I know I've been basically just dumbfounded here by this announcement on air that everybody else seemed to know. Anything else you'd like to add before you join us tonight and kind of recap this on the nightly news?
Just one last thing. I found something else out over the weekend that the prosecutor's office that is handling this case, the last terrorism case that they handled, Cutrini was the guy's last name, was overturned on appeal because the prosecutor's office hid evidence from the defense during the trial. And I've seen 2 pretrial hearings already where the prosecutors have attempted to not turn over evidence to the defense in this case. So I just thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if they've got a lone nut pop doing this with a firecracker in his pants, why not just go with that? All of this covering up and twisting, I mean, and there's so much of it. I forget in Latin where covering up something is called the highest form of proof. In some cases, it's even higher than eyewitness. What is that Latin term? Do you remember that, Kurt?
No, I don't.
Somebody will email it to me. All right, well, we'll talk to you tonight, sir. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
No problem, Alex.
Wow, I am just, man, I tell you, this is crazy. And I'm glad Kurt Haskell trusts us enough to come on this show when he's not talking to the rest of the media. Yeah, here it is, Chicago Tribune. Lawyer may testify for defense in terror case. More and more I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I'm going to be honest. More and more stuff's just getting so weird. And all the people I'm talking to and that you're listening to, I mean, when does it end? I want the government to not be terrorist. I want... Hey, Kurt, come on in, buddy. I'm sorry. I know I asked you to come up here and I need to put a speakerphone in here. What's going on, Commander? Oh, yeah. Hey, how's it going on that article about head of Federal Reserve Security? Okay. My computer must cache forever. I knew it'd be up. I just keep hitting refresh, refresh, refresh. I think that's a really big article. Look at all this news I want to cover, and I'm so exhausted I don't even want to cover it. Oh, there it is. Head of security at San Antonio Fed admits institution is private. Head of security at San Antonio Fed admits institution is private. Well, that is a big deal, because when that cop was standing next to him and the guy admitted that it was private, the cop was like, what? All these years, the cops are told that we're crazy because we said that. There's no end to this. It's all a false reality, man.
Yeah, the only thing is I couldn't find his name, so we don't know what his name is. It's not in the video.
All right.
I'm sure you can track it.
Well, I thought he said you got to talk to Captain.
Captain didn't say his name because I don't think he knew that. San Antonio cop didn't know the guy's name.
No, I looked it up. I think his name's on there.
Okay.
Kurt.
I'll try.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why don't you just call down there? Oh, it's a holiday.
I did. I got voicemail.
It's a holiday. Call tomorrow. It doesn't matter.
There's the sign at the Dallas Fed. It says private property.
It says Captain Nemo. That's the first comment. Everybody knows they are private. Well, that's original. We'll call you Captain Nemo. So, as Fed admits the truth, hell of a long story for the news that does nothing to change the situation. Yeah, it's your fault that we're here working hard and exposing this. Just because this guy already knows it means everybody else does. People think by osmosis. Like all the time some news breaks and I get emails going, you piece of filth, you didn't report this. And I'm like, well, thank you for letting me know.
Most people, it's not even on their radar.
Pick the mic up.
It's not even on their radar screen for most people, you know? They don't know it. But these are the kind of comments we get. That's okay.
Well, Kurt, you deserve it. I mean, you're a bad person.
I am. I'm terrible.
I mean, it's all your fault.
But there's the proof right there. There's a photo of this private property right there. Bingo.
Oh, it's nothing. I bet that guy's a paid shill. I mean, this is a big deal. I mean, we could have the Virgin Mary set down in front of him and make them a pasta dinner and they wouldn't, care. We could have space aliens land in this guy's backyard. He wouldn't care. Head of security at San Antonio Fed admits institution is private. Amazing. And we got to call up Dave to change the headline because I was wrong when I said that guy was a cop. The cop's there, but that's the head of their security. Thank you, Kurt. I appreciate you coming in here. Good job on that. All right, we'll come back and take some calls. I got a bunch of news I got to get to, too, on Obama. Maybe I'll go into overdrive, but I am so exhausted, man. It just beat me to death going to those protests this weekend. I'm sure going to UFC wouldn't.
Life Before the Collapse. Vinyl LP by The Las Vegas. Life Before the Collapse. Vinyl LP by The Las Vegas. Life Before the Collapse by The Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
On 180-gram vinyl and mastered especially for vinyl by legendary audio engineer Steve Hall. Now available at Amazon.com.
Hello, I'm Alex Jones. Myself, my family, the Infowars.com team want to relay to you and your families that we are intensifying our efforts against the globalist on every front. Infowars.com is leading the fight against the technocrats. But we can't do that without your help. By getting the films, bumper stickers, and T-shirts at Infowars.com, you will wake up people in your area and support our operation as we move to the next level. We need your help to spread the word like never before. They wish to hide themselves during this tectonic battle between the forces of freedom and darkness. You are the response to the globalist technocrats and their program of global eugenics, dehumanization, and ultimate extermination. The war is here. It's an info war. The spirit of 1776 versus the mindset of 1984.
Optics Planet is calling all hunters, shooters, and outdoorsmen. It's time to gear up. As the best online retailer of rifle scopes, red dot sights, lasers, and other firearm accessories, Optics Planet has a special deal to offer GCN listeners. You may already know OpticsPlanet.com has the best selection of weapon lights, holsters, night vision, binoculars, and tactical gear on the planet. With incredibly low prices, free shipping on most orders, and USA-based phone support, Optics Planet is the online retailer of choice for discerning gun owners and outdoor enthusiasts. Featuring Loophole, Blackhawk, Hawk, EOTech, Crimson Trace, Nightforce, Trigicon, Surefire, over 700 top brands. For a limited time, head to opticsplanet.com/GCN to get a free Streamlight Keymate, the world's most powerful keychain light with purchase. That's opticsplanet.com/GCN or call 800-332-OPTICS right now to speak with an Optics Planet product specialist. 800-332-6784.
All right, this is a big, big deal, and I cannot do justice to this in the time we have left today. But Washington Post, Chicago Tribune, again this weekend, New York Post, just you name it, are all, including Rahm Emanuel, are saying, yeah, Obama may not be able to be reelected. Basically, they're all saying it's his fault. This is a teleprompter reading, CIA-manufactured nobody. Just like George W. Bush was a nobody. Bill Clinton was a nobody. These are nobodies. These are front men. Shields, the New World Order picks up, and they take all the blame. They throw the shield down. That's why I'm going after the Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve wants to make you go after Wall Street. That's a totally different animal than the Federal Reserve. Wall Street's just American publicly traded companies. That's like you're trying to kill one person in Dallas, so you nuke the whole city. No, I want to go directly to the problem. And as much as I hate Obama and Bush, I mean, they're all unsavory, sellout, fake pieces of trash. I mean, I hate these teleprompter readers on the news, but they're not my enemy. They're just a rancid little sellout person. I actually feel sorry for them. They never experienced truth. They never experienced honor. All they've experienced is a bunch of knuckle-dragging, ladder-climbing, sellout behavior. Thank God we're not with those timid, pathetic vassals. That's why it makes me so mad when Fox News and the media, they've done it repeatedly now, say, Alex Jones wants to come to work with us, but we don't want him. See, they need you to think they're special and got something you want. I don't want to drink a bucket of rotten vomit. That's what Fox News is. That's like some... Oh, it makes me want to throw up. Makes me want to throw up. And they're there nailing Obama right now because they want you to think he did all this. The Federal Reserve, the globalists, David Rockefeller, Queen Beatrix, Lord Rothschild, they did it. They're the ones that did it. You got all this big banker-funded attack on the free market. The big bankers don't want a free market. And so everybody's like, woo, I hear all these neocons on radio. Woo, we're beating Obama. Woo, boy, we're really getting him. You're like kids beating a piñata, thinking you're really beating up a Tyrannosaurus Rex or whatever it is. I was driving by one day and saw kids that look like a Frankenstein piñata, and they're all beating it. You know, little kid, I'm beating them. Ooh, I'm beating the real monster. No, you're not. I don't want to play games with some teleprompter reading nobody. Now, when he was built up at first as a symbol to sell evil, I said, he's a puppet, we got to pull him down. But it doesn't mean now we all get into, ooh, we had a victory. Ooh, Obama's going down. How about the crooks at the Justice Department who are there no matter who's in office? How about all those crooks that ship drugs in here? How about they get in trouble? How about the Federal Reserve banks that launder the money? How about they get in trouble? That's cold-blooded to make drugs illegal. So you get higher profits and then have long prison sentences for the low-level drug dealers that bought drugs from you. And then they get out of the prison with a 4 to 10 year degree in crime to go run scams on me and my family. And then the drug dealers that run the country try to pass legislation to take my guns so I can't protect myself from the zombie drug head criminals you created through your social engineering, the same way you brought down China with opium. I mean, I've studied history. I got your number. I got it. You understand? I got it. I see you. I see you. And I'm going to get as many people as I can to see you. I know people won't be mad at me. I wanted to hear from you. I tried to take a lot of calls today. I did okay. I'm not going to do 5 minutes overdrive. I'm too exhausted. And the only reason I'm telling you I'm exhausted because I'm not, I'm kind of leaning on the rails here. I'll be back with the news tonight, 7 o'clock, and I'll be back tomorrow, Lord willing. God bless you all. PrisonPlanet.tv tonight, 7 o'clock.
Thank you for listening.